The Utah Jazz just beat the New York Knicks 121-106 in Salt Lake City. Lauri Markkanen, star of the game, 34 points, 11 of 15 field goal. John Collins, 20 points. Colin Sexton, 25 points. Overall, great team effort. That was probably the smoothest Jazz game I've seen, and there were still some scares in there. I'll tell you in a minute why. I'm happy about this win. We are 4-12. We are actually the 5th worst team in the league now. And if you are one who wants to tank, that's sad because you want to be one of the bottom 4 teams to get that 12-15% chance to get that number 1 pick in Cooper Flag. But for me, I just want to see the team progress, and I saw some great progression tonight. I think a lot of it might have to do with Walker Kessler's return. He's missed the past 6 games. Lauri Markkanen is getting into his all-star form again, which is awesome. I think he had 34 points tonight, 29 points against the Spurs. And they didn't collapse like they did against the Spurs. Great first halves in both games, but in the Spurs games, they totally collapsed. And I think that they collapsed because Will Hardy went with a lineup of Filipowski, Collier, Cody Williams, Johnny Juzang, Lauri Markkanen. I think that was just Will Hardy trying to get us, or Danny, the organization tried to get us to lose that game against San Antonio. Tonight was different. They stuck through with the big guns. And at one point, Lauri Markkanen had a plus 29. Let me see what he had now, actually. Lauri Markkanen was a plus 30 tonight. That's insane. Plus 30 on a game that you win by 14 points. I noticed whenever Will Hardy took him out, the Knicks would go on a run. Put him back in, we were fine. And a lot of it, I would have to say, has to do with Colin Sexton, too. He hit some really key shots to keep the lead going. Now, there is something I wonder. Right now, Lauri Markkanen starts, he's in the beginning of the 4th quarter, and around 7 minutes, Will Hardy takes him out of the game and then puts him back in when there's 4 or 3 minutes left. And that 7 to 4 minute time period can be really important in a game. And I've noticed a lot of Jazz losses have felt like they've lost the lead of the game during that time when Larry's out in the 4th quarter. I know Will Hardy, I believe, is a great coach. I just wonder what it would be like if maybe Lauri Markkanen sat at the beginning of the 4th quarters and then he just played from 8 minutes to the end of the game. But I'm not the coach. That's just something that I've wondered about a little bit. Like I said, Jazz are the 5th worst team in the league, and I think we should have a few more wins. But as NBA goes, tanking is the name of the game when you're trying to build a team, I guess. Fun win tonight. Jazz crowd was there. It was a matinee showing. It's weird watching the Jazz at 3:30 p.m. Sun is still bright out. I'm used to coming home from school, eating dinner, and then it's snowing outside, and I'm watching the Jazz play. That's a great vibe, great memories growing up. Lauri Markkanen has been really impressive to start the season, and I even think that he's been impressive even during his rough patch, because not a lot of players can get out of a funk like Lauri did. He had his back spasms, and then came back, had an 8-point game, had a 16-point game, was having a hard time getting to that 20 points, but now he's consistently scoring over 25 points. Okay, so the month of November, he had a 8-point game, 20-point game, 17-13, 25-18, 25-27, 34. And this, he was 1 point away from his season high of 35, which was the first game of the season. So very, very impressed so far from the finisher. Really, really excited about his level of play. Johnny Juzang also coming off the bench. He's been playing real solid for us. I believe he had 12 points tonight. Almost had the whole gang there tonight, minus Filipowski and Taylor Hendricks, of course. Filipowski has been impressive to start the season, but he's out with a sprained ankle as of now. So, I need to talk a little bit about someone. His name is Cody Williams. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this, possibly. Right now, today I was like, gee, he reminds me of me sometimes when I play ball. I'm just out there vibing. And it's that's fine in church ball when you're just vibing. You score 0 points a game while you play 15 minutes. But the NBA is not really cutting it. I haven't seen anything from him that gets me excited. Whereas Taylor Hendricks, who is a super raw prospect, when he was in, he did stuff that I was like, okay, that's cool. We can extend on that. You can get better from that. I have not yet seen anything from Cody Williams along the lines of that. I don't even remember when he plays, like, just because that's how irrelevant he is to the game. He just puts up zeros. So I want to know if you guys think he is either a really raw prospect who should take some time, or if he's just not good at all. And I'm leaning towards he's not good right now because I just haven't seen anything. I think he'd benefit more if he was in on the Salt Lake Stars right now in the G League. I think he could develop better there than what he's doing here. I know it's only we're only 16 games into the season, but I haven't seen any flashes from Cody Williams. Lauri Markkanen, I think he's back to playing all-star level. I don't quite know if he'll make the all-star game just because the Jazz are probably by the all-star game, they'll probably be like 10-30 or 10-40. We'll see until then, but I'm glad that they showed out in their purple. Oh, I can't wait for this jersey to come back next year. I love this jersey. Their jerseys they had on today are awesome as well, but I like these ones a lot, and I'm sad that they're gone for the year, but then next year they'll come back with the blue, I think, stripe on the top. So it's purple is good. I think the two home games they've worn purple, they've won. I know they lost to the Spurs wearing purple, I believe, or the Lakers. I don't remember. Yeah, I haven't really done too many videos because the Jazz have been losing. Happy to see the Jazz win. Happy that we were able to see Lauri Markkanen play at an elite level tonight. His shooting was great. His defense actually was really good. The Knicks, I think, had the second best offensive rating, and the Jazz held them to only 106 points. So, way to go. Also, I am not a BYU fan, but I'm sorry to any BYU football fans out there who are probably heartbroken over the past two games. But my Utah State Aggies have looked pretty good the past two games, even though they're not going to make a bowl game. But yeah, I'm excited about the rest of the NBA season. You guys didn't catch my latest trailer for my documentary I made out in Finland. I'll just put it in at the end of this video, which happens to be right now. Let's go Jazz.
And I will defend so hard. It was a hockey game, I will be sitting on a penalty chair all the time.
You don't know the stakes of this game. What a journey to Finland.